Good evening, sports fans! GOATpa for the win of the TokenMinorities here today with the GBA Week 3 versus Randy and his Texas Rangers. Before we get started, I want to make a quick apology. So last week, I actually forgot to link NumNexus's YouTube link. Some people were kind of angry about it in the comments. It was a mistake. I uploaded my game at like 3 a.m. and family was over for holiday and everything. I just forgot to put it in there. I hit publish and went to bed. So my apologies to Nexus. I will put his link below now, just as an extra to kind of make up for that. So let's talk about our game this week versus Randy. Randy's the Texas Rangers. His team is Yveltal, Clefable, Infernape, Suicune, Roserade, Jolteon, Metagross, Porygon 2, Hippowdon, Lycanroc, and Megalodios. We are going to bring some really awesome squad here to combat that. We've got a Palkia with a Lustrous Orb, Heal Block to stop Suicune, to stop Porygon 2, Surf, Toxic, and Spatial Ran. And this thing will hopefully tear into his team like it's no one's business. This mon is, I hope, finally going to do some work. We've got Heatran with a Chople Berry to help check Infernape, Magma Storm, Earth Power, Roar, just in case we see Suicune or Latias going amok, and Stealth Rock. So that's pretty cool, pretty typical. Nothing really weird there. It's a pretty typical Heatran type set. We got, after that, this really cool set, Genesect, Douse Drive, TECHNO Blast Water to hit the Infernape, to hit the Hippowdon, to hit the Lycanroc, and we've got Iron Head, Shift Gear, and X Scissor, just to give us some dual stab coverage to go with Shift Gear. And this hits pretty much everything on his team super effectively, and this is going to be a sweeping set late game. We've got a Scarf Tapu Bulu with Zen Headbutt, Wood Hammer, Stone Edge, and Mega Horn. And it outspeeds a good amount of his team, and it hits most of it either for neutral, which Wood Hammer, neutral, boosted in the grassy terrain will do a ton of damage, or hits just super effectively, which is fantastic for me. Gengar with Electrium Z, Destiny Bond, Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, and Thunder. The idea would be to Destiny Bond and Yveltal, and maybe Thunder Z after. That's kind of how I see this playing out here. I really like this set as well. It worked pretty well in mocks to try to take down Yveltal. It's a good trade. Let's not forget our final mon for this week, Florges. Moonblast, Wish, Toxic, and Heal Ball. Just good support for this week. Wanted kind of a special wall to help deal with some of his special threats. Like I said, just, it's there. It's on the team. We've got it. Megalodios, primarily, I would say, is probably the biggest reason for it, but it's definitely there. Alright, so regarding a lead for this team, it's definitely a tough call, but I think given what we have, a nice Heatran lead is pretty appropriate. It does depend on what he brings, but I just feel like generally speaking, probably can handle most things in his team 1v1. So we do see what he has here. And I definitely agree with that thinking, given that it's a lure for Infernape. Infernape makes a fantastic lead. You can take any attack from anything else. So anything that, if he goes to Metagross, it's kind of a 50-50. Like, in theory, Heatran outspeeds by base speed, but if he's speedy, we'll have some issues. And he does lead with that Metagross, not the Infernape, so that's annoying. But he doesn't know whether I'm faster or not yet, so I'm going to switch out. Going to go into Palkia. Figure worst case, we're just going to take an Earthquake, and Palkia takes that really easily just by virtue of having a ton of bulk. He goes for the Stomping Tantrum, which means he was trying to avoid his Earthquakes doing less damage in the grassy terrain. We've got PZ2 coming in right here. Porygon 2, going to Surf, and it is going to do quite a bit of damage considering this is a Porygon 2 with an Eviolite. Now, he's going to withdraw. I don't know what he's doing. It's kind of weird. Is what it is. We're going to go for a big Toxic, and it's not going to hit that Metagross at all. That is a Steel Boy. We cannot touch Steel Boys with Toxic. Instead, Porygon 2 comes back in. I'm going to get my free Surf off, which is just amazing, frankly. I know he's going to be at very low health, and guess what? Because I got Heal Block, I know he's going to go for Recover right here. Let's get it off. And we are able to execute this tech play. I can't believe it. Yes!
Here comes Chris Paul. The lob. A jam! Oh, what a monster jam by DeAndre Jordan!
In this moment during the game, it felt like a real dunk. I'm telling you. This is basically a dead Porygon too, and I actually hit a Spatial Ren, thank God, because my luck has been a dumpster fire this season so far. Let's just put it that way. So at least I got that going for me. We're gonna take Porygon 2 out. Palkia is gonna get its first KO of the season. Finally, it took 3 weeks to see Palkia finally do something. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud. He's grown up. He's really grown up. So, gonna switch out of there. Gonna go into this flower thing. Gonna eat a close combat. Probably not very well, and it really was not that well at all actually, but we do take it, so that's kind of nice. Was not expecting a Flare Blitz in any capacity here. I don't end up seeing a U-turn, which probably makes me think he does not have it. Maybe he's choiced, possibly. I'm gonna double out though, because the Metagross switching in was so obvious. Gonna go back in Heatran predicting that, and now I can go for a nice Magma Storm. Gonna get some big damage off. Let's see what this does. I know I can live the Stomping Tantrum like 87.5% of the time. I calced it, right? Especially, I should live this. I really should, and nope, I don't. I do not.
Sharks penalty kill. Began the day tied for 12. Short-handed Thornton Marlowe, they score! The Sharks take the lead!
So yeah, we already got some damage roll hacks happening right at the beginning of the game. We had about a 12.5% chance to be KO'd there. I could not believe it. Like, I didn't really have a good switch into a Stomping Tantrum, but I'm thinking to myself, you know what, let's just get this big damage on Metagross. There's a Magma Storm coming in, extra damage, we got all these good things. Unfortunately, we're 0 for 1 on damage rolls and hacks so far, so alright. Palkia, back here, getting a second KO of the season. Can you believe this, guys? Palkia is tearing into his team right now. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to last too much longer. I don't exactly have a great switch into close combat here, and actually, good thing, because he got a crit, so that's cool. I just really didn't have anything that wanted to switch into this mod. If he tried to predict too, oh, I would have been in bad shape. I'm going to go to Gengar. I'm going to predict Yveltal to come in, because there is no way this man is going to switch anything else in. Going to go for my Z Thunder now. Unfortunately, as you just saw, he sent in a Latias. Why in holy God's name did he send out a Latias when they Shadow Ball was the super obvious play? Why? I don't get it. And I probably outspeed him. I am speed tying this Latias, and unless he is max speed, we speed tie. So why would you send that in? I do not understand. That was a play of all plays, apparently. Maybe he predicted a Z Thunder. That would be impressive, and Randy, you deserve a lot of applause for that if that's what you predicted, or maybe just a Sludge Wave. I don't know, but that's okay. We're gonna switch into Bulu because it can take almost anything. I mean, maybe there'd be a really random HP Poison, but other than that, we're going to get a Mega Horn off. I don't think that was a damage roll. I'm pretty sure he just was going to live that regardless. We're Scarf Bulu, we can take anything. So Bulu's still rocking here. You know, I really don't want to go for 2 Mega Horns in a row. I could have, but if he switched out into something else, like Infernape, and set up a Swords Dance or something crazy, I would have been in bad shape. I'm going to try to go into Genesect. I'm going to try to go for game now. I can have this, you know. This is an X-Scissor, and the Technoblast Water can KO everything left on his team. If I can set up that Shift Gear now, I just need the speed boost, and Infernape goes down, because I am pretty sure at this point, I mean, I don't know, but if he doesn't have Mach Punch, we're in good shape. And even if he is Mach Punch, he was not banded, we might even be able to live. Gonna go for the X-Scissor, due to the grassy terrain, that is. Gonna go for that X-Scissor. Latias goes down, that's fantastic. We are gonna get to go for that Technoblast Water. Look at that beautiful blue drive in Genesect's back. Has you ever seen anyone use Douse Drive Genesect? Well, you're about to see it right now. We are gonna unleash this, and guess what? We're about to win this game.
I'm not sure what he's doing. He's, wasn't his best night.
That was mighty unfortunate, because this Infernape had some random bulk in it, and I had about a 50% chance to KO this thing. I could not believe when I saw that Infernape lived. And then when I saw after, it was a 50-50 chance. Like, I just don't get it. Can I catch a break, guys? I'm sure anyone who's been here for 3 weeks in a row has known. My luck has just been utter trash. Like, it's almost funny, except it's real. So this Infernape is going for an all-out pummeling. I'm not exactly sure why, but it's going to do a really large amount of damage. I'm going to try to set a wish up. I'm going to hope he just thinks I have protect, or maybe I'm going to try to pass it into something else. Probably could have moonblasted, but I don't know. I mean, at this point, Florges would have been at such a low health anyway that it probably didn't matter. So I'm just going to let it go down and hope the Flare Blitz damage will take him out. I didn't have protect, so I couldn't anyway. Honestly, if I did have protect, that would have been risky, because if he tried to set up, or if he went for slack off or something, I would have been in bad shape. So, Gigar's coming out now. I have a way to win this. I have to Destiny Bond, and he has to not Sucker Punch. He Sucker Punches. Okay, so I have another way to win this. Thunder has to hit, I have to get the para, and then he has to get the full para. Because you can't Destiny Bond 2 turns in a row in Gen 7, unfortunately. And I do not get the para, and he goes for a move that is going to hurt really bad. So, this is pretty much game. I mean, unless I can OHKO this thing and get a triple Mega Sniper crit with Woodhammer. I mean, I could maybe Mega Horn, but I actually think Woodhammer does... I checked it mid-game. Woodhammer does more because of the terrain. Unfortunately, still not enough. Might have been a roll. I don't know. You know, at that point, I lost anyway. So, didn't really matter. He had a Metagross in the back. I don't remember set off my head. I don't think it had Bullet Punch, but he definitely lived a grassy terrain. So it's unfortunate, you know. I really thought with the Heal Block Palkia and the Genesect Douse Drive, we were going to carry this game to victory. But, like I said, that luck we've been getting, those damage rolls, the hacks, it just hasn't been kind to us. You know, a good game to Randy, though. I mean, I got nothing against Randy in this game. He played well, and he brought some good sets. He brought some things that surprised me. Cool stuff, man. Like, I'm really happy. You know what? This was my cleanest game so far. It was only damage rolls that I had an issue with this time around. So, I don't know. We're going to come up with something special next week. I'm feeling like we got to get our first win eventually. It's not out of lack of effort. We've been trying really hard here. I've been putting my all into it and into these videos. We're just going to have to keep persisting. We're not giving up. We're not giving up today. We're not giving up tomorrow. We're not giving up next week. We're going to be here to stay. We're not going to be overlooked in favor of anything. We can do this. I mean, we're in a bad spot right now. There's 7 more games to go. And I bet in that era, we are going to be catching some dubs. Eventually. I want to start as soon as next week. Like I said, I'm feeling happy about what we've got ready for next week, but we got to see what happens. I look forward to seeing you all there. Peace.